Hello everyone, thank you for joining in. I'm just waiting for my Facebook to come live as well. We're all good. Okay, perfect. Lovely. Right, just gonna wait a couple of seconds. How is everyone? I am still sick, which is really fun for me. No Marg again tonight. I might have to change the name at this rate. Might have to just be Hair Help, not Mains and Margs, because can't be doing Margs. Anyway, all right, we're all sorted. So I'm just sorting it out so I can see your comments as well. All right. So tonight we are talking about how to nail your inspo photos. So when a client shows you your inspo photo, you don't have to stress out. You can look at the photo and you can actually break it down and read that hairstyle, almost like, reading a book, just by going through and seeing exactly what you need to do. Now, I know that this is a pretty in-depth subject, so I'm going to try and keep it a little more basic, so you'll still get a few takeaways without overloading you with everything all at once, and I can break down the other elements in other videos. So definitely let me know in the comments if you want more information about anything that I'm talking about, and I can do another video on that. So basically when you're looking at your client's inspiration photos and being able to break everything down is really knowing everything that there is that goes into hairstyles to create a certain type of hairstyle. So I know that sounds confusing, but you'll get it in a second. So basically what I'm meaning is like the type of curl that is, the size of the curl that is, all those little elements that you can quickly look at a photo and be like, okay, that's like a medium-sized curl. I can do it with the medium tong, or I can do it with a hair straightener and, not get the curl as strong, to get like that medium type of curl rather than a tight curl or wave or anything like that. So I'll take you through exactly all those elements that I do when I'm looking at a photo to see exactly what to do. So I'll take you through mainly down styles, and I'll touch a little bit on the up styles, because obviously that's a little bit more kind of content that you need to know for that. Yeah, let's dive in. So the first one that I look for when I'm looking at a inspiration picture is the direction that the curl is going. So that's going to tell me what type of hairstyle to create, right? So whether it's a beachy type of curl, so that means the directions are mixed, okay? So you're putting two different directions next to each other so they can't join up, and that's what gives you that kind of disheveled look in like a beachy wave or curl, but that's the direction, okay? So a glam wave, for instance, is all going one direction, so that's the direction, and whether that's away from the face or towards the face. Anytime you're styling around the face, unless you're doing a tuck with a glam wave, or you're doing like an older school Hollywood wave, where the wave is coming towards the front rather than the classic modern way now that we do away from the face. So that's the direction there that you're looking for in the photo. Once you know those directions, it's going to be really easy to look at them in the photo. So what I mean by that is the curl actually going towards the face. So like that. I'm only going to do a little bit just so you can see. So the direction is coming towards, or the direction is coming away. Come here. Or the direction is coming away, okay? So that direction of that very first, when you're first putting that curl in, which way that's actually going, towards or away. So when you're around the face, it's pretty much always going to be away, all right? So that's going to be an easy one, unless it's that old school Hollywood glamour wave, like the tradish Hollywood wave that comes in towards, and rolls down. That's the only time I would go towards the front of the face. So yeah, that's with your direction, just so we're on the same page with that, whether it's going towards the face or away from the face, okay? So that's going to tell you whether it is the glam wave, where it is a beachy, or whether it's just a standard type of curl away from the face, okay? So there's really only 3 types of ways that you can do that, excuse me, with your styles, okay? All away from the face on both sides, a glam wave, which is all connecting and going the same way, or the beachy, which is disheveled and excuse me, pushing against each other, kind of like kissing curls, okay? So it's alternating between those directions. So that's number 1. With number 2, with trying to suss out your curls in your inspo photos, is the actual type of curl. So this one's super important for the top sections especially, and around the face. It doesn't really matter for all through the back and that sort of thing, because that's not something you're going to be able to see in a photo, or even in their hair by the time you get to the front. So when I say the type of curl in this way, I mean as in I have 2 types of curls, a flat base curl or a volume base curl. So depending on how you put your iron in the hair is going to give you one or the other. So I'll show you both of those, and I'll show you here so you can really see around the front how different they actually are. So with a flat base curl on this side, I'm going to put my iron down. So I'm actually getting, see how that's going to flatten that root area. So it's still going away from the face, but it's just going to have more of that flat look there before it comes out, okay? So that's what I call a flat base curl. And a volume base curl is popping. So it's going to pop out first before it comes back. So they're still the same direction, okay? Same direction, just a different type of curl. Let's see if I can do this way. So with your volume, you're going to pop the volume first. I'm going to have to move, I think. Move it around a little bit. So I would usually do it this way. And then you're not going to be able to see that as well. So I pop the iron in and pop the volume around, and then bring it through. So that gives our volume first, as you can see. But it's still a curl coming away from the face. So they're both coming away from the face. This one's flat first, and then the pop's about here, and this one is popping from the roots and then coming back around the face. So you can see how that automatically is going to really help you with looking at your inspiration photos and how it's sitting at the front. So even if you're doing around the front and it's sitting funny, just change the type of curl that you're doing. So change it from whatever your go-to, everyone has a go-to of how they do it. And honestly, most of you probably don't realize, but you do one side one way and one side another way without even noticing. So when you're doing curls next time, just watch how you're doing it and how that curl is popping out. Usually as a comfortable way, we do a flat base on one side and a volume on the other. That's why sometimes it's super hard for you to get your up styles to match, because they're different types of curls on both sides, so it's going to sit differently. And it's hard for you to match those 2 front pieces because you're actually doing a different type of curl. Is this making sense to everybody? So yeah, you can really see there the different types, the flat and then the volume, okay? So that's how I really dissect my down styles and get a super clear vision of exactly how I'm gonna recreate that style. That's pretty much all there is to it, and then you're going into size, obviously. So the actual size of the curl, and of course whether it's a wave or a curl, whether it's dressed out into a wave, or a curl. But yeah, as fundamental things before you're going into the actual a wave or a curl is the direction of the curl in the style and the type of curl. So a flat base curl or a volume curl, just to kind of recap that. So I like to do most of my stuff in a volume curl. That's my go-to. It just gives me more control over the whole hairstyle, and you get less flyaways when you do a volume curl, because this is actually telling all those little guys to kind of flick out, because you're kind of, you know, getting that, if there's any small hairs, they're just going to shoot right out there instead of coming into the curl. So that's why I prefer using my volume curl, unless I want to have that style around the front. But throughout the rest, I'll use my volume. That's just my go-to. It's not right or wrong, it's just what I prefer to do. So yeah, and as I said, I'll touch quickly on the tool you're going to use. That comes down to personal preference as well. Some of you guys love to just use your tong for things. Some of you love to use your straightening iron. So that's going to come down to personal preference and their hair type. So that's what I'm saying, that that's going to be another video. We might do that one next week. Looking at different hair types and deciding what kind of tool that you're going to use for that type of hair, because they will vary a little bit with that. But yeah, then just looking at that size. So that's how I break down kind of any down style. When I say down style, I mean any kind of curl or wave in the hair, just to see exactly how that was produced. And that becomes super easy once you know your directions really well and your types of curls really well. So for me, I can look at an inspo photo and be like, oh yeah, and just pick out all those little elements, how it's sitting around the face, what they like about that, and then just recreate it exactly the same as the inspiration photo. For upstyling, so we'll talk a little bit about upstyling. The biggest thing with your upstyling is your blueprint. So I will say as well, if you want any more kind of in-depth training, either on your curls or both, or your upstyling, if you're struggling to kind of have a way that you produce an upstyle, you know, that works for you, let me know and put a comment below here. I'll try and screenshot it because they'll all disappear on me. Otherwise, when I put the replay up, you can let me know as well, or just send me a message, send me a DM, and I'll flick that over to you. So I lost my train of thought. Upstyles. Yeah, so with your upstyles, just making sure that you have a blueprint that you follow, so that any upstyle that you're looking at, you can break it down into the exact sections that you use every time. So it doesn't matter what kind of style it is, you can just look at those sections. So for me, I always have a section at the crown. So I have like a diamond section through the crown. So whatever is in that crown, in that photo, I put in that element. So whether it's a really textured crown, a smooth crown, you know, whatever it is, I will then just focus on that one element, deciding how I'm going to do that one element, which is the crown. And then the sides. Is the bun is their hair going over the top of the bun, or is the bun sitting over the top of the hair? So that kind of tells me which one I'm going to have to do first. Okay, so if it's something like that, you know, you're going to have to do your sides first and then do your bun last, so it's sitting over the top. If it's something, you know, that's got a bun here, so if you've got my blueprint, this is going to be a little bit easier for you to understand. But basically, I have a crown, the two sides, and the back. That's all I have in my blueprints, and I do my upstyle like that. Okay, so depending on what I can see in the photo, I'll dissect it down that way, and it becomes super simple to recreate any style when you just have those little elements. You're not looking at every single curl. You're not looking at, you know, all the intricate details, because you're just doing that one section at a time and what's in that section. Okay, so yeah, really learning the blueprint like back to front and always using the same one will just automatically take so much overwhelm away from you when you're styling, because you've just always got that base that you can do and follow it along. So yeah, that's my hot tip for upstyling. Obviously it's going to be different for every single upstyle. There's a lot of different kind of elements that go, you know, there's a lot of different crowns that you can do. There's a lot of different buns you can do, of course. So I obviously can't go into all of that because you'll be like, Meagan, shut up, going on for too long. So yeah, that can also be another one. I do have some little videos on my feed as well for creating up styles with that same blueprint. So yeah, definitely let me know, send me a DM or comment on this video if you would like that blueprint. I will just send you the link and you can excuse me, access that like straight away. There's a lot of in-depth tutorials there on the blueprint and me using the blueprint in action, so me physically sectioning those blueprints out and showing you like a quick up style with that blueprint, and then kind of debunking some inspo pictures as well with the blueprint. So there's a lot of different things there to really get your head around that, to cut out that overwhelm when you're up styling. And yeah, so that's pretty much all I've got for tonight, guys. Let me know if you have any questions. But yeah, just a little recap. I will put the replay on my feed as well. Sorry. So you can go back and see. I know there's a few girls that have joined kind of halfway through and at the end. So yeah, don't stress. You can go back and watch it. But yeah, just that little recap on on that is how the main takeaway on how to debunk your inspo photos and recreate it exactly how that client wants it in that photo is to know your curls inside out. So to know exactly what type of curl you're doing, whether excuse me, whether it's a flat base curl or a volume curl. For a recap, I'll just show you right next to each other as well. So a flat based ongoing, that's a very odd angle, but so this is our flat based curl again with the flat there, and I'll do one right next to it so you can see what a volume is. So my volume, I've put my iron down on this side, and my flat based curl I've actually I had up just to get that different. So you can see the difference already in that curl. She's got a lot of hairspray in her. Not from me, my daughter has been playing with her because she's so cute. So she was going a bit ham with the spray. But that works for us, so we can really see that, how that goes. So yeah, that's that volume first, volume base curl, and then your flat base curl. See how different they are, especially around that face. And when you're doing up styles as well, you can really see the difference between an up style produced with that flat base curl or a volume curl. And as I said, that's why your up styles look different on each side, or why you're struggling to produce the same look on one side to the other, because generally you will do a mix of both of these without even realizing. So yeah, that's my little recap there. Let me know if you guys have any questions. I can't see any here, so let me know if I'm just technologically terrible and you are actually asking me stuff. And send me a DM, because they're all going to disappear. All the comments will disappear once this live is finished. So definitely get in touch with me via DM if you have any questions about this training that we've done. Yeah, or if you need any help with your curls and waves or your up style blueprint, and I can flick that link over to you super quick and easy. So yeah, that's it from me tonight. Sorry there's no margs. I think I will change the name to Hair Help, because I'm not having much luck with these margs. I've got to get better. I've been sick for like 2 months, so yeah. Anyway, you guys can have margs though. It is a Monday. Anyway, thank you for tuning in, and yeah, I'll chat to you guys soon. All right. This one on.